Welcome, everybody. This is Dawn's 2 o'clock Monday advanced class. And all you guys are pros at this already, right? Yeah. The song for today is When You Wish Upon a Star. We are in book number 274. Oh, here comes
Dawn,
some.
can you let me in?
I'll let you in. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, you got out
Thanks.
somehow. You somehow got out.
Quit being late, Inez.
Well, she was actually here already, I think.
She didn't hear me.
That's all right. That's okay. You guys are awesome. Now, next week, we will have class on Monday next week. We will not have regular classes Tuesday and Wednesday for those of you who join me for some of those classes. Why? Because we are going to have a Zoom celebration for 2 complete days, kind of like an Organ Fest. So watch your emails. We're going to have a 2-day Organ Fest with some very fabulous special guests with concerts and workshops and stuff happening all day. And it will start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Florida time, which means it will start 10 o'clock in the morning Arizona time. And it will be almost like an all-day thing with lots and lots of good stuff happening. And you're not going to want to miss it. But that's why no classes, because you will have your workshops at the Zoom celebration, which is going to be your Organ Fest. You won't even have to leave home for Organ Fest this year. How about that?
Is that Monday and Tuesday or
Oh, it's Tuesday and Wednesday.
good?
It's Tuesday and Wednesday. Monday is normal. Monday will be classes as normal, and then Tuesday and Wednesday will be the Zoom spectacular. So watch your emails, because I'm not sure how much Robert wants us to even let you in on. One of the guests will be Albert Monero. There, I just said it. So
Oh, boy.
yeah, he's going to be in concert. And then there'll be another concert with four of your staff members, and I've been chosen to be one of them. So I will be doing some really cool stuff for you. Hopefully you'll enjoy. I've got 2 songs chosen, and I'm trying to do some special effects on one of them. We'll see if I'm even able to do that, because it's gonna mean I need to do some microphone switching.
Is it most of the day or starting at 11 o'clock
Starting at 1 o'clock.
or 1 o'clock?
It'll be noon your time if you're still in.
Right, so I know that.
And
But
it
you
will
say
be most of the day. It will be most
1
of
o'clock to 5 or,
Yeah, I'm not even sure what the time limit
so,
is.
but it'll start at 1.
It'll start at 1 o'clock.
Okay,
You'll get the emails on it, and they'll give you a schedule. He'll give you the schedule of what we're going to be doing. What's nice about Zoom is that you can take your breaks whenever you want. Nobody's going to
Yeah.
know. Yeah, lots and lots of good stuff happening. Workshops and all your learning sessions will be done that day. Those 2 days. Those 2 days. So hopefully you'll enjoy that.
Conductor magic class next week.
Pardon?
So no conductor magic class next week.
Now, that's the only one, David. He still wants me. He doesn't want to stop that one. So
Bless his heart.
we're still debating that one. We're thinking that I'm just going to have to zip off of one Zoom and zip onto a different link and still teach the conductor magic class, because that is part of the regular curriculum. And when people are new, I think we need the continuity of the conductor magic. So we probably will still have conductor magic, and it is scheduled during one of the break sessions, because they are going to have a break time for you guys. So no break for me. That's okay. But watch the emails on that too, David, because he will let you know. Robert will let you know exactly what he wants to do with that. But just mark off your calendars. Those 2 days are going to be fun-filled, music-filled. You'll get lots and lots of good stuff happening both of those days. How many of you went to Art's gospel concert yesterday? Was he good? No?
Yeah, it was.
Yes. I didn't get to watch him till this morning, because football is on in our house on Sunday, so we had to watch football. So I watched him today. He always does a nice job. And
Dawn, will Friday classes be the regular Friday class?
Friday will be regular. Friday's not changing. Monday's not changing. Thursday's not changing. Only next week, Tuesday
Right.
and Wednesday. Now, as far as if you've taken a look at the website or at the calendar at all, you're seeing that the workshops that were normally scheduled that Tuesday are being pushed 1 week back. Okay, so they're not just canceling those, they are pushing them 1 week back. So the regular product workshops and the variety class on Wednesday, that'll be pushed back.
Dawn,
Yes,
you talked about yesterday for the concert.
yes.
I listened to him play,
Mhm.
and he told us in the beginning that he plays strictly by ear.
He does.
And but two of the songs that he played, I sing in church,
Oh, I'm sure.
and
Yeah,
I know them forwards and backwards.
yeah.
And he did not play them the way the notes go at all.
Well, he plays. His family was in a gospel group. Okay, so he did it the way he remembers it. Everybody
Yeah,
remembers it a different way, Ken.
he shortened it. Both of those
Yeah,
songs, he
that's
shortened them.
okay. That's all right.
Yeah, yeah,
Can you still
yeah.
get
It was
gospel on
okay.
YouTube, Dawn? Okay.
All right, everybody mute yourself. We're going to start with our song today. We'll have questions in the middle. We'll have questions at the end. And again, don't be afraid to interrupt me if you didn't hear the fingering or you didn't get the right chords. We're doing a fabulous song today from Disney. It's called When You Wish Upon a Star, and it's a beautiful song. And when I went onto YouTube, oh wow, did it bring back some childhood memories for me of when my parents used to take us to the movies and we would watch some of these Disney features at the movies. That was a big treat for us to go watch all of these. And Jiminy Cricket was one of my favorites, and he was the one that actually sings this song. Okay, it's a song, and it was actually written for the 1940 adaptation of Pinocchio. The original version, sung by Mr. Cliff Edwards, who was the character of Jiminy Cricket. He was the voice of Jiminy Cricket. The song has since become the representative song of the Walt Disney Company. So it's number 7 on, not in this book, but it's number 7 of the AFI's 100 Years, 100 Songs. So the American film industry named this song number 7. Only 4 Disney animated film songs appear on that 100 song list. And this one was the highest ranked. The other songs that Disney did on that list were Someday My Prince Will Come, which was number 19, Beauty and the Beast, which was number 62, and Hakuna Matata from The Lion King was number 99. So I don't know who voted on those songs. I probably would have picked 100 different ones, but that's, that's not me. That's the general public, I guess, doing that. Popular versions in 1940 were done by Glenn Miller and his orchestra, Guy Lombardo, Horace Heidt, and of course Cliff Edwards, who was Jiminy Cricket. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. Okay, now this is your trivia for today. Remember their hit song Surfer Girl? Little surfer, little girl, little one. That was inspired and based upon this song, When You Wish Upon a Star. So the next time you hear Surfer Girl, go back to this song and try to find, some of the alike things that they did. And when you think about it, it's like, yeah, okay, I can see that. It's also become a jazz standard, and it's been performed by lots and lots of artists, including Linda Ronstadt, Louis Armstrong, Dave Brubeck, Shack Attack. And when I saw Shack Attack, I'm like, wow, I used to listen to Shack Attack. Pretty cool. Harry James, Joe Pass, the Manhattan Transfer, Wynton Marsalis, Rod Stewart, there he goes again, and Shirley Bassey. So a whole long list of people who did When You Wish Upon a Star. And anytime Disney has any kind of commercial or anything, this is the song playing in the background. This is their representative song. So it's not all that hard, but it will be. Once I give you some of these extra chords, no, I think you'll find them to make it sound prettier, and they're not all that hard. All right, line 1. As a matter of fact, line 1, no changes. So you're good on line 1. Line 2, the F, you're going to change it to a D diminished. D, D-I-M. That's two-fingered chord, D and A flat. And that's good for one note only, one note. And then over the C for the word you, you're going to put that F back in. So you're going to go from a D diminished to an F, beats 1 and 2. Second measure. Third beat. Make that D a D diminished. D and A flat. Next line. First measure, first beat. Over the D, put a B flat. Butterfly flat. Easy chord. Second measure, third beat. Now, this just doesn't want to sit right today. There we go. Make the C a C7. And remember, 7s are always optional. All these chords are optional, but that's all right. The rest of the line is as it is. Line 4, second measure. Change the F to a D diminished. D diminished is D and A flat. Whoops, let's get the McDonald's admitted here. Come on in, Gene and Sandy. Okay. Sorry you guys had to wait. Sorry, Gene and Sandy. I have to admit everybody by hand. So we just started with the chords. If you need the rest of them, I will email you them after class. I'm so sorry. We are on line 4 of the first page of When You Wish Upon a Star. The F turned it into a D diminished, and then beat 2 over the C, go back to a plain old F. Third measure. The D can be a D diminished, beat 3, D and A flat. Let's go to the next page. First line, no changes. Yay! Second line, cross out the G minor. We're just going to move it over. We're going to have one chord per note in that first measure. Over the G, beat 2, that's where your G minor goes. G and B flat. Over the A, third beat, the word brings. C diminished, C and F sharp. And over the B flat for the word 2, beat 4, C 7, C and B flat. Next measure.
Did you say D, like David?
Nope, C like chicken.
Thank you.
Chicken and butterfly flat for that last chord in beat 4. Second measure, first beat. Cross out the F and change it to a D diminished, D dinosaur, and your notes are D and A flat. Beat 2, which happens to be over the C for the word love. Now put your F back in, fish. Third line, second measure, cross out the G minor and change it to a B flat minor, butterfly flat minor. Your two notes are D flat and B flat, dinosaur flat and butterfly flat. The rest of the line is fine. Let's go to the fourth line. Third measure. Cross out the D and change it, cross out the F, excuse me, cross out the F and change it to a D diminished. D diminished is D and A flat for one note. Over the C, put an F, plain old F. Last line. First measure, third beat. Make the D a D diminished, D and A flat. Third measure, over the D half note for the word dream, put in a B flat, butterfly flat. And that's it. Nothing too terribly hard.
Where does the B flat go, did you say?
Yes, the B flat goes over the D for the word dream.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, can you go over line 3, page 1?
Line 3, page 1, yes. Yes. Over the D for the word come, the very first beat, B flat, butterfly flat. And then the second measure, third beat, you may put a 7 on the C.
Okay, thanks.
That's it.
Dawn,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joanne.
On the second page, third line,
Huh?
second measure,
Uh-huh.
you crossed out the G minor and you put in what?
B flat minor, butterfly flat minor, which is D flat and B flat.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Dawn, the first page, last line, second measure.
Uh-huh.
Over the F, you said D minor, I mean D diminished.
Finished, yes.
And then you said put back in the F over the F?
Nope, over the C.
Oh, over the C,
Over the
that's what I,
C, yeah. So
okay,
it's just D diminished goes right to the F.
okay. Got it, thanks.
Yep. Okay. Very cool. Anybody else before we go on to fingering?
Okay.
Nope. Okay. Click off your microphones. Everybody mute. Let's do fingering.
Okay,
Low C1, high C5, B flat 4, A3, F sharp 2, G1, circle it. You're going to tuck it under. High D5, low E1, high E5, D4, C3, B2, C1 with a circle, tuck it under, F4. Anything your heart desires, G5, F4, E3, D2, C1. B flat 3 with a circle, you're crossing it over, A2, G1. Third line, D5, E1. The C can be 4 or 5. Now, those next two notes, you don't need them. If you want to play them, it's going to be A3, G2. Personally, I think I'd rather do a fill-in and skip those two notes. So I just put them in parentheses. You may play them if you wish, otherwise just hang on to the C and do a little fill-in right there. All right, if your heart, low C1, high C5, B flat 4, A3, F sharp 2, G1, circle it, you're going to tuck it under, D5, low E1, high E5, D4, C3, B2, C1 with a circle, F4, G5, F4, E3, D2, C1, B flat 3, circle it because you're crossing it over, A2, G1. Top of the second page, D5, low E1. If you want, you can put a little squiggly line from the D to the E and do a nice little glissando down. Remember how to do that. You have your pinky on the D. You're going to reach up and put your thumb next to the pinky and slide your thumb all the way down. You don't want to go on the pinky. Only Marco's good enough to do that. His fingers are super strong. Nope, you want to do pinky, put your thumb up next to it, and then slide your thumb down. That's the easiest way to do that. F2, or not, you can just play 5-1, that works too. After the F2, put a check mark. Now we're going into the bridge. G1, A2, C4. Next line, G1, A2, B flat 3, B4, D5, C4, A1, B2, C3, C sharp 4, E5, D4, check mark. D2, E3, F4, F4, E3, check mark. Low C1, high C5, B flat 4, A3, F sharp 2, G1 with a circle, D5. Low E1, high E5, D4, C3, B2, C1 with a circle, that's a thumb tuck, F4. Last line, G5, F4, E3, B2, C1, B flat 3, circle it, A2, G1, B2. You might want to put an arrow on that one. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. E3 and F4. Now, the reason I want you to put an arrow on the D is because the last time you play this, I'm going to have you play the whole song again, by the way. So you're going to need to put some repeat dots at the end. When you play the D, E, F, the last time you're going to play D, and then instead of the E, you're going to play a high A with a 5. And come back to the F. Okay? So you're just going to add an A over the E and do that the second time you play it. And that A will be a 5. And the only way to really reach that is if you make that D a 2. That's why I did that. Questions? Nope? Okay. This is a nice basic song pattern, meaning that...
Dawn, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I couldn't click back on quick. That last two measures there, you said when you're at, put the repeat dots and come back, you're going to have it a D and then the next note F?
No, high A. High A.
So D and then high A.
High A over the E.
Okay, and then you come back to
Come
what?
back to the F.
Come back to the F, got it. Okay.
Up to the A,
Yep,
back to the F.
I got it.
That's the second time. You'll hear it when we do this.
Yep, I hear. Thanks.
Okay. Now I'm going to have you do a couple of things here. We're going to learn about alter style. Alter style. Now, not every background is going to be good on an alter style. But what did I use for backgrounds anyway? There's two different song setups that I found, and they're different on every organ. One of them is Write the Songs at 78. The one on this beautiful symphony is Pop Out There, which is the signature background for Somewhere Out There at 80. So right around 78, 80, that's good place to do it. My favorite, guess what? Strings 101. You never can go wrong with Strings 101. And then when I listened to Linda Ronstadt sing this, she did it with a little bit of a jazz group. So you can put Jazz Club on, keep it slow, and I used Rhythm Preset 0 and Rhythm Preset 5 on the Jazz Club. Now if you've got a smaller instrument, a Freedom 3, you can use the Mellow Easy 8-beat, the Gospel Guitar Heaven, with your easies and your fanfares. Smooth, any of your smooths are going to be fabulous. Traditional guitarist does give you that nice jazz club. So now you've got some choices, and it really is going to depend on how do I feel today? Do I want to do it more like the original, more like the Disney version, or do I want to give myself a little jazz ensemble to play along with? Or find you've got a million other backgrounds to try. So I would keep it kind of slow. What kind of sounds to use? Big strings. You want big orchestra strings. Vocals. Lots of choir vocals. Use a flute sometimes. That's going to give you a beautiful instrument to play it with. But also remember, who else did this? Glenn Miller did this and Guy Lombardo did this. So find some of those sounds, because you know that general preset number 10 gives you the Glenn Miller sound. So you could just go to number 10 and turn off your rhythm preset, and it will give you that beautiful Glenn Miller sound. Guy Lombardo saxes are also in here someplace, so you can find those and absolutely have a good time playing some big band when you wish upon a star as well. All right, I'm going to go to song setup, which is pop out there, and this is what it sounds like. Stop it just that first time through, but that's your song setup for the pop out there. And as you can see, it was big strings, piano and strings, and a flugelhorn on the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to play it with, so you can hear it, on strings 101. And the second time I play, I won't play the whole thing. I will start on the bridge, which is Fate is Kind, which is at the top of the second page. And then when I get to the end, I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning and play it the second time. Okay, so, and I'm using two different sounds on this, and you will understand the two different presets that I'm using. So I'm going to start at the bridge so I don't have to play the whole thing. Oh, we got plenty of time. bridge,
Oh,
right to the ending.
oh, you stopped it. Okay.
Yeah, I could have gone right into the bridge again, but you guys are going to be singing this all day the way it is. This is one of those that gets in your head, and every time you turn around, you're going to hear that. The other one I wanted to play for you was the Linda Ronstadt version, which was she took a jazz club, and I did it on rhythm preset 0, which is your piano and your horns on the bottom. And then I took it to a shearing sound with a trumpet and sax. And again, I'm not going to play the whole thing, even though I know I have plenty of time. I just don't want you to have to sit through the song all through it again. Um, you know what? I'm going to make you sit through this one because at the top of the page, second page, where you start Fate is Kind, I am going to put an alter style. Okay, and I'm also going to transpose, when I get to the bottom of the page, I am going to transpose up 1 so that you get a completely different feeling the second time you play it. So yeah, this time I'm going to play it through twice. Now let's put on an introduction.
You're using the same tempo.
Same tempo. You can do a lot more noodling this way. All right, we're going to hit the alter style. Oops, it didn't transpose on the next one. There we go. Totally different flavor, but
Yeah.
this is what you can do. Now, I have a feeling that most of you would say, and I didn't like it with the jazz.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, but it's different. It's something different. But I want you to see that you can do different things and get a different feel. And
Was
every
that jazz,
artist,
Dawn?
pardon?
Was that jazz club?
That was Jazz Club. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. That was Jazz Club. And I did put the alter style on at the top of the second page, and then I transposed for the second time through.
Where did you hit transpose?
I hit transpose. Well, I hit it in the wrong place. You first have to go to your next preset, or just set your preset up with the transpose already there. And the transpose would be from the first time to the second time, and the second time I transposed it.
At what measure did you hit transpose if you were just hitting it?
Oh,
Down
you
at
could
the
do it-
bottom?
Yeah, you could do it at the bottom, or just make sure you change the preset first, and then do it before you start playing the top.
So after, the repeat dots, that's
Correct.
when you would put the transpose in.
Correct. Just make sure that you change your sound first. Yep.
Okay.
I wonder what it would sound like in country.
Oh, it might sound actually pretty cool in country. What kind of country would you like? And don't say Spain.
Swing.
No, don't say France or Spain. Don't say that kind of country.
No.
Country swing. All right, let's do country swing. Do you want me to slow it down to
Disco.
disco? See, there we go. We're starting to think out of the box. That's actually not a bad thing either. I am going to slow down country swing just a little bit. I'm not going to take it to 80, but I'm going to put it at 100. And now you can think Willie Nelson, because I'm sure he did this too. I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry, guys. Nope. I'm not feeling it. But if you like
So,
that,
John, did you transpose up or down by one?
up one. Always up one.
So it would be up to an F sharp?
No, you transpose
No.
your organ just up one, and it'll say C sharp in the window.
Okay, but it's in the key of F.
Yes, it is. And the second time you play it, it'll be in the key of F sharp. But you're only
That's right.
transposing up one.
So you're transposing to F sharp?
No,
No.
Your organ's in C. You
Okay.
are playing in the key of
Oh,
F.
okay,
But when you
Okay.
transpose, you only transpose up one half step, which
okay,
if you look in your window, it'll say transpose is going to say C sharp. But what
okay,
transposing is all about distances. If you're
you're
only
right,
up
okay,
that one step,
okay,
you're actually going to be playing it not in the key of F, but you're going to be playing it in the key of F sharp is what it's going to sound like.
okay.
But you don't want to go to your organ and transpose it up to the key of F sharp. You didn't transpose up to F just because we're playing it in F, did you?
No, okay.
Transpose
Okay.
it up just that one.
So you just transpose up one, okay.
Yes. Yep. Okay, disco. Dave wants to hear this in disco. Ooh, okay, we'll try this. All right. All right, Dave, just for you. I'm not feeling it, David.
No, it's terrible.
That gives Jiminy Cricket a whole new meaning.
Oh boy, does it ever. But the good thing is you're thinking out of
You
the
try
box.
it,
And,
yeah.
and that's what you should do. Try other things. Find a song that you love and then take it to something totally crazy and see what it sounds like. You might come up with a new recipe. Remember when they did Hooked on Classics? Do you remember back in the day they did Hooked on Classics? And they had a whole album of disco, and they had classical music on that album, and they made it work. They made it sound. So this is what you have to do, is you have to get in there and say, what do I have on my instrument that'll work for this? And try different things. And yeah, you're going to hate some of them and you're going to like some of them. It's just like having a recipe. If I gave every single one of you the Nestle's Toll House cookie recipe and a bag of chocolate chips and said, here you go, make the recipe, and then modify it to something special that you would like to do with it, one of you is going to put in almonds, walnuts, raisins, oats, and make it taste really, really good. And then the next one of you is going to put in onions, peppers, and chilies. And it's going to taste, man, it'll taste
Jalapenos.
interesting.
How would this sound if you played the whole thing with Guy Lombardo band?
Probably okay, but then you're just using one sound. But you still don't know which background. That's not, yeah, it's,
But you could add different instruments into it.
well, which background do you want to play on, Ken?
Oh, I don't know which one. Lombardo comes up on number 10 if I go to what, Strings 101? Or is it jazz?
Well, you're going to get some of those different, but see, Guy Lombardo is his
Right, the
orchestra
sound.
is going to give you a sound, okay? But you can
Yeah.
play that sound on any rhythm. You could play that disco rhythm and bring up Guy Lombardo's orchestra for a sound.
Oh,
See what I'm saying?
yeah.
And always work your instrument left to right. You always want to find this first. If you happen to find a sound first, save it into one of your presets. Do you all know how to do that? Save a sound
No.
into a preset. Memorize A.
Yeah.
If you're finding a sound and you go, love that sound, hate the background, save the sound. Pull it out so you can find it again. Memorize A1. With background? No. With transpose? Not necessarily. And then turn your memorize button off and it'll save that. Then you can come back over here and look at some different rhythms that you want to use and plug in just that A1 sound so that you're mixing and matching your sounds. But I still, yeah, I just had a lot of nostalgia come over me when I listened to Jiminy Cricket singing this and saw some of the scenes from Pinocchio. It was like, wow, that takes me back to being a kid. And for
Yeah.
me, that's going to be the way I'm going to want to hear it, is with the song setup or with Strings 101. But don't be afraid to try things out of the box. And check your alter styles. Your alter style is going to tweak the background just a little bit. And what that does is it just keeps the song fresh. Changing presets is another way to keep your song fresh, absolutely. But the background can also be changed. So your alter style is the greatest way to do that.
Dawn, did you hit alter style there on the first time or the second time?
I hit it the first time and then I just left it on. But
Okay.
you could also take it off. When you go back to the beginning and play it again, you could actually take your alter style off. That's totally up to you.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's all kinds of tools in your arranging toolbox that you can use to create your song. Don't be afraid to use them all. And don't be afraid to try them, because you can punch all the buttons on your instrument and not have to worry. Because what happens if you touch too many? Go back to reset or go back to your home button, touch it, sets everything back up again. You can start all over. It's a beautiful song, and I really enjoyed it on Strings 101. That was my actual favorite way to play it. That just gave me that full, smooth orchestra that I just love. I love that.
That's the way they play it too.
Yeah, that's my favorite way to play it. The jazz club gives you a whole different feel. Country gives you an even more different feel, but I wasn't feeling it. All right, next week is Where or When.
Oh, love that song.
That's a beautiful song. It's not that hard. We'll see what we do, because I actually have to be part of one of the workshops for the 2-day Organ Fester, so I have to get some stuff ready. I think I've got something good for you guys. So your Tuesday and Wednesday classes, remember, will be canceled in lieu of, you're not being canceled, just my Zoom classes, so except for possibly the Conductor Magic, which we haven't decided yet. But yes, there's going to be concerts and workshops, and I will be doing part of a concert and part of a workshop, and they're tied together. So I think you'll enjoy that. And anytime you get a chance to listen to a different teacher, if you learn one thing, anytime you come to any class, that you are 100% successful. And every teacher teaches different ways and different things, and sometimes we teach the same thing and we just have a different way of saying something. So,
And
John,
where-
when you said
when
Arts
next-
Gospel was on, you can still get that on YouTube, that Arts Gospel
Yes,
one from
yes,
yesterday?
yes,
And what's his last name, do you know, or
Art Bishop.
Bishop, okay.
Bishop.
Art Bishop. You can go to YouTube and check out his concert. Now, I don't know if there's going to be a Zoom concert, a Zoom musical this Friday. I kind of doubt it if we're going to have 2 concerts next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. One on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. So I kind of doubt that he's even going to schedule anything for this Friday. But I don't know for sure. So, make sure that you go to your website, which is fletchermusic.com, and it will give you a listing of everything that's happening for the corporate, and it'll give you a listing of everything that's happening for each store. So
Are they gonna send out
yes,
an email for
Yes.
the 2 classes on Tuesday and Wednesday?
yes, oh yes, oh yes. They will send out lots of advertising for it.
So we don't have to go into.
On Monday, we're going to do,
We don't have to go into the website.
Probably not. They'll probably send out enough advertising in the emails, and I'm sure it'll say click here, and you could go into it from the website as well. So those are going to be your choices.
No, is there a secret to getting in through the website? Because I tried to do it today and I couldn't do it.
Me neither.
Really?
Maybe on Wi-Fi.
You go to fletchermusic.com.
Yeah.
Now, don't go to the home page. It might start on the home page, but at the top it's going to say home locations. Click on locations.
Yeah,
It'll bring up all the stores. It'll bring up Florida, Arizona. You go to Florida.
right.
Then it's going to have a drop box with 5 stores.
Yeah,
We're the last one.
yeah.
Village is the last one. Click on that.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take you to all my classes that are here in the villages. Some of them are in store, some of them are virtual, so you have to watch that. It'll say Dawn's beginner class, and that's usually in store. If it says virtual, that's the Zoom online classes. And then you click on the link. You click on the link.
Uh-huh.
I know mine takes me to another page. That's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
you're trying to click into number, letter, blah, 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 backslash, blah, 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 all that stuff.
Right.
Click on that again.
Okay.
Click on that thing in the middle of your page, and it should take you right into the class.
Okay.
What
Okay?
song you doing
One step
tomorrow?
too soon.
So go in and practice with that, because eventually that's going to be the only way to get into any of the classes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And what song you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Tuesday, I can't remember. That's not the name of the song, but
We've only just begun.
oh, thank you. We've only just begun. I knew somebody would remember.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any
for
questions?
next week, we're doing,
Next week we're going to
Yeah,
do
for-
where or when.
for next week, we're doing,
Where or when?
Where
when.
or when.
Oh.
Yep.
thank you.
Yep. I'm open for suggestions on anything you guys want to learn. So, don't be afraid to email me, which is 5028@fletchermusic.com. Email me with any suggestions if you want to learn something different or something special that you wanted to have. We can either do it as a class project, or I can also help you with your own individual questions on the emails. Okay?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
You're wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so
See you
much.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Thank
We'll see
you,
you
John.
next week.
Nev.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Dan.
Bye.
Bye, Pam.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you.
Later.
Thank you.
Bye, Joe.
Bye. Hello.
Love you guys.